Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of our podcast, What's Up with Wrestling, the Buzztalk podcast. And as always, I nearly forgot that then. And as always, I'm joined by the love of my life, bloody beauty to behold, Jessica Jackson.
Well, hello there. That was a lovely introduction. And I'm going to point out for what episode number is this?
14.
For the 14th time, you're still unsure of the name of our podcast. But we'll put that aside because that was a beautiful introduction. That was lovely. That made my heart very happy. So thank you. You are the love of my life. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are the loves of each other's lives.
Yeah.
How amazing.
What an amazing start to this podcast.
How beautiful.
I wanted to build you up before I tear you down.
Oh, here we go.
No. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. But the thing is, right before I click record on the podcast, I'm like, yeah, are you guys, is everybody ready? We're ready to go. Everything, all the checks are done.
Is everybody ready?
Is everybody ready? It's just me and you two. Just prefacing the dogs outside. You ready to bark? No. And
fireworks ready to go.
But then as soon as I hit record, I'm just like, what are we doing?
Oh, that's it. I've got to do the introduction.
That's right. So yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. Hello, neighbor.
You know what? I think one of the days I should do the introduction.
Oh yeah.
Just to throw everyone off.
Give us a little taster of what it would be like.
Do you know what? I won't even tell you that I'm going to do it. I'm just going to swoop in and do it.
I was going to say, give us a little teaser of what it would be like.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the.
All right, jeez, no, leave it to the bloody big guns over here.
I think I just screamed down the microphone.
Yeah, I know.
I got too excited. I just wanted to impress you. I wanted to impress you because you're the love of my life.
So, hello, Jessica Jackson. What has been happening in your wrestling world?
In my wrestling world, well, I was meant to have a show on Saturday against Kada, which I was really looking forward to, but unfortunately, like 2 days before the show was meant to happen, the show got cancelled.
Oh, in Mexico, that's quite strange.
I know, it's quite strange, with no deposit transferred to me either. So, that's the thing that's kind of one of the things that's kind of sucky. Not only was I looking forward to the match, but then obviously it's a weekend where I've lost work.
Yeah, and also too, it's not good that it's a week before and they cancel.
Not even a week before, like within the week. It was like
within
2 days.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's Mexico for you, isn't it? Isn't it?
Very much so.
And just on that, on your updates, I want to just say next week we have a very bloody special announcement. So if you do listen to this podcast, tune in next week. I'm just trying to keep the audience. No, but yeah, seriously, we do have a big special announcement next week for the podcast listeners, and
it's quite exciting.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
And yeah, I mean, the announcement will go up online as well, but here is where you get all the tea.
The tea. Kermit the Frog meme. Sip.
Oh, sip. I
Okay.
didn't have a cup of tea. Sorry.
So yeah, I didn't have anything this weekend either, but as always, we had a pretty productive week.
Yeah.
We did CMLL training at Arena Mexico with Tony Salazar.
Yeah.
That's fun.
You had your own class.
I had my own class.
Which was great. It was very busy.
At Hercules, 2 to 4 p.m. Hercules Gym. What's the station closest to? Hidalgo. If you're listening, if you speak English, come along.
If you would like.
Jueves 2 a 4.
Jueves a las 2 a 4 en la tarde.
Sí. So yeah, we didn't have too much. These last few months have been pretty quiet, and I don't know why. It just seems everybody seems to be down for work.
Do you know what though? Saying that, I don't feel like we've been unusually quiet. It's just sometimes we've had like 2 or 3 shows one weekend and then nothing the next weekend. So it feels like because there's more free weekends that we're not as busy, but we're still having the same amount of shows in a month.
Yeah.
And also over the past month, we've had a lot of shows cancel, like things out of our control. So my show on Saturday, you were meant to have a show last month that got cancelled. There was another couple as well that got cancelled.
There was a few.
There was a
There was supposed to be
Piero
2
show that got cancelled. Yeah. What was that?
There was supposed to be 2 at the end of the month, last month.
Oh yeah, you were meant to have two at the end of the month that cancelled as well. Yeah. So it's just one of those things like the bookings came, but through no fault or control of our own, the shows cancelled. So it's kind of a little frustrating because obviously we were getting the work, but how you have no control if a show wants to cancel or not, but it leaves you without work, which can be difficult. But all things considered, all of that aside, we still did actually work a lot, our usual amount. It's just there were a few weekends where we had cancel shows that it felt like we weren't doing as much.
Yeah. And in that time, just to move on from wrestling that we didn't have, we saw some pretty sick movies.
We did, because we know how to keep ourselves entertained.
We saw Furiosa.
We did, and can I talk about that? Sure. Should I talk about it? Should we spend some time on it? That's what I mean. How much time do you want to spend?
Here's my review. Here's our review.
Okay, so...
Fucking 2 thumbs up.
2 big thumbs up. Yeah. I was never interested in the Mad Max franchise. Mm-hmm. I was not interested. There's a classic tale between Trav and I, a little inside joke that on one of our first dates around your house where we were chilling out, Trav was very excited to put Mad Max Fury Road on for me, and because I was not interested in Mad Max at all, I just pretended that let's watch it, and about 10 minutes in I just fell flat asleep and didn't watch the whole film.
And I don't know about you guys, but it's a little sore spot for me, to be honest. It's a little sore spot because here's the thing. Fury Road, bloody excellent movie. When I very first watched it, I think it came out in 2015, because it's one long action scene. I came out of that movie and I felt like my life had changed. I was so pumped. I was ready to go drive around the bloody fucking town in my car.
Do you know what's funny though? Yeah. During the whole film, I was trying to convince you that I was awake still.
Yeah, I knew you weren't.
Because I was lying in a position where you couldn't see my face.
Yeah.
And then you'd talk to me about a certain point in the film, and I'd wake up and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, no, I really like that part." Yeah.
But so Furiosa, fucking 2 thumbs up. It's fucking great.
It engaged me, and I want to watch Fury Road.
Well, it did a little bit more world building for you as well,
building.
And tell you who the characters were and stuff like that. Whereas Fury Road's kind of just fucking strap in. Here's some crazy characters.
Action, yeah. And the character development within the film it's fantastic.
My favorite, Chris Hemsworth, is just a fucking 1970s Australian guy. Oh fucking no worries, man. It's just I think because I watched those trivia videos afterwards.
Yeah.
And it said that he based his accent on his granddad.
Yeah.
And it's just a classic Aussie accent. Yeah. It's stereotypical Australian accent. There isn't actually an accent in Australia really that much anymore.
It's kind of
it's an old world fucking Australian accent.
Yeah.
But it's this real nasal fucking hey mate. I was fucking laughing at every one of his lines.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
And they said it on Mr. Sunday Movies.
Yeah.
But I didn't know when it transferred to Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, also spoiler alert. So about 45 minutes of the movie, the start of the movie, it's not Anna Taylor-Joy. It's this young actress.
Yeah. And
then just somewhere in the fucking midst of it, it just transitioned to her, and we were like, is that her now? We didn't even realize that it fucking transferred.
Yeah.
Mind you, her face is covered for a lot of it. But
yeah, but I still couldn't tell with the eyes that were not covered. I did not know when it transitioned from the child actor to Anna Taylor-Joy. I could not tell you. And then there's a moment where you actually see her face, and it's like, oh wait, how long has she been in the film for?
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for her to appear the whole time, and I was expecting there to be a time jump or something. But the transition was so smooth.
She it's what's cool as well is the Fury Road is one big action scene on the tanker pretty much. And this one, there's kind of the same a little bit, but it's all right. But the best parts is when they go to the bullet farm and what was the other one? Bullet farm and gas town. When they go to the actual area, the actual areas and explore those areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Just to see Chris Hemsworth character this kind of Moses type this kind of heavenly figure, but he but he just divulges into absolute madness.
Slowly gets worse and worse.
Yeah, he starts off with these like white flowy robes on, and then by the end he's just fucking, just a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was great.
The opening of it was really captivating as well.
Which one? Which bit?
Just the whole opening scene of.
Oh, when the kid,
With
they
the kid,
captured the kid and stuff.
Yeah. And her mom. And I don't want to give too much away in case anybody hasn't seen it. But...
Nah, fuck them. The only thing though I would say is that the CGI, like, because obviously George Miller, who directed the other ones, was like high in practical effects.
Yeah.
And this one, obviously, they saved some budget. It's a little CGI heavy. Yeah. And that kind of like took me out of it in some bits. But I'm not a fucking movie snob where I'm like, you know what? That's a fucking 6 out of 10 or whatever.
Yeah, because of the CGI, let the film down. No, the film was good enough that it didn't matter about those little things. And I'm sure over time it'll get better as well. Because it is newly released.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so Furious, so 2 thumbs up. Fucking.
What out of 10? What would you give it?
I would give it a fucking 14 out of 10.
Oh wow!
I'm like Dave Meltzer. I break my own system. I give it 14 thumbs out of 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
And then everybody can fucking discuss it online.
Yeah. Do you not understand 14 thumbs out of 2? What?
No, I do. That's why it's my system.
Yeah, just Yeah.
Are you trying to be Dave Meltzer explaining his system?
That's you see what the system is there are 2 thumbs, but then obviously there's like 10 fingers. Mm-hmm. So
no, there's 8 fingers.
No, there's a thumb's a finger.
So, but like if there's 2 thumbs and then there's 10 fingers, why are we even including?
Because there's 10 in total, right?
Okay, right.
And then you
have to be more clear with that.
Yeah, because and then so you think you've got 10, but you've actually got 12. Mm-hmm. And then
what?
And then you plus 2 for the constant. The plus the constant, the C, which is 2. So that's how you get 14.
Furious, it was pretty good. Okay, anyway, moving on. The other movie that we watched it came out on Netflix this week, Godzilla -1. Woo! Now, fucking blow my bloody socks off. Fucking comb my hair. That was a good movie, I tell you.
That was a fantastic movie.
I like all the new Godzilla movies, like the Godzilla vs. Kong and stuff. Yeah. But like they paint him as like a good guy in those movies for whatever reason. Like he's just on the side of like the people for whatever reason. It's just how the movies are. Yeah. And he fights the monsters and stuff, and he's fucking huge. This one, he's just a fucking prick. He's just a mean lizard. He's just a real asshole.
He's a mean killing machine.
Yeah, exactly. And all the characters were great. Yeah. You cared about everybody's story arc.
Gosh, don't you just miss good movies with good characters?
When we came out of Furiosa, I was like, that was a good movie. Yeah. We watched that, I was like, that was a good movie.
I feel like maybe because everyone's saying, a lot of movies are just kind of superficial now. Yeah. People want good characters with good story arcs.
But when I came out of Quantumania and I wanted to eat my own fucking shirt.
Asshole. Yeah, sorry.
You went the way that I was thinking, but then I just kind of like PG-13'd it.
You were thinking it, but you said it.
Oh yeah, but no, fucking hell, what a mean asshole prick that Godzilla is in that movie.
Yeah.
Just fucking blowing up fucking everything. Just making that guy. What's his name? What was his name? The guy's name.
The main
Koichi. Koichi. And just giving Koichi a fucking real rough time of it. Just ruining his life.
Is that his name? I thought it began with an S.
No. That was the chick. That was the girl. Shimiko.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's Koichi. Anyway. Good movies. I was really fucking blown away by that.
Yeah, it was awesome. And again, it's another franchise. I've never watched a Godzilla movie. Not one.
You haven't seen the 1999 Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick?
No, not seen any. Not seen any of those. Not seen any of the Kong movies. I don't know this franchise. I mean, not that there's anything that I need to know about a giant monster lizard thing that destroys cities.
No, you need to know that Monarch is the fucking real evil in all of it.
Oh, really?
It's the evil company that fucking does shit. I don't know.
Oh, I completely missed that.
Yep.
But again, yeah, franchise that I wasn't interested in, but this film was just so good.
And it's a Japanese dub as well, so.
Yeah.
And
even that, the dub was seamless.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, just absolutely smooth and seamless. Just wonderful. Quite beautiful to look at. Like, just really easy on the eyes. You know what I mean?
It was.
Kind of like myself. You see what I've done there? Yeah, come on.
Anyway, thanks for coming to the podcast.
Yeah, and see you later. No, okay, so that's pretty much all we've done. Oh, and I bought a PS4.
Yes.
For reasons we'll reveal next week. Mysterious. Keep the audience engaged.
I try not to say it because I'm gonna say, oh, because of this. No. So Trav decided to buy a PS4 because you really wanted to play Fallout after watching the Fallout show.
I mean, no, wow. No, the way you've just worded that sounds like I've just become a fan. No. This goes back years, mate.
Sorry,
this is a long-standing history between me and Fallout.
I don't want to give anybody that impression because you have been like a lifelong Fallout fan.
Thank you. I've got a bloody red roach tattooed on my inside of my lip.
You've got one of those things that go on
the Pip-Boy.
The Pip-Boy. You've got that.
Use
tattoo.
The terminology.
I'm sorry. I'm a new fan. I'm a new fan. I won't be ashamed to say it. But I'm a newbie over here.
So I've I loved Fallout. It's my favorite. One of my favorite game series. Fallout 3 was I probably spent over 1,000 hours on. But yeah, so yeah, I got PS4 off Marketplace, and to tell you what a fucking difficult thing to do in Mexico, especially if you're looking for bloody quality as well.
Yeah, so Trav got annoyed because we bought this PS4 and the controller didn't work.
It looked to the left. It just kept looking.
It just kept on. And you have to be super specific in Fallout. This is what I've learnt this week. You have to be super specific in Fallout with your aim. So even if it drags to the left a little bit, you cannot play the game.
Because you have to pick up little things like coffee cups and shit. To like fucking look. I'm going to teach you about Fallout. You have to pick up things to get resources to build your bloody base, and that's all I've been doing all week is building my base, and I just want to do it right, okay? And if I can't do it right, I get stressed, and I just want my fucking followers and my settlers to fucking just live in peace and well protected in a beautifully built oasis in the wasteland.
But can you just play the game without building a base?
Yeah, you can.
So why didn't you just do that?
Because that's not what I like to do. I like to build bases.
Yeah, but you could have still have gotten by.
Well, let's talk about you bloody playing GTA 5 all week. You get the PS4 console came with GTA 5.
Oh, this game. Wait, now.
This game.
Sorry.
The game's been out 10 years? I think I can't remember when it came out. But bloody hell, this is Jess's first time playing it. Be able to bloody get her off it.
Yeah.
She's buying prostitutes. She's beating up fucking pedestrians. She's stealing cars. She's fucking running from the police. Oh, what a bloody delinquent.
Well, here's the thing, right? I grew up with an older brother. And my older brother never used to let me play his games. So I used to have to sneak onto his Xbox to play GTA. Or Saints Row was another one that was kind of similar. And I didn't know how to play it. I just used to drive around aimlessly. I didn't know how to do missions or complete the game. Also, I didn't want to interfere with his gameplay and where he was at in his story. So I never learned how to play GTA. I never played these games. I had my own PS3, but all that I had on that was WWE 2K whatever, and I had one Harry Potter game that I worked through. And that was it. I've never been a gamer. So you introduced me to the beautiful world of gaming through GTA, and now I understand why you're so passionate. And I don't think that's a bad thing that I've spent most of the time on the PS4 over you.
Can I just say as well, you've unlocked a new level of stress within my mind watching you play this game and trying to shoot people, but like facing the wrong way, driving down wrong streets.
I'm actually pretty good at the driving.
Yeah, but you have to use motorbikes.
Yeah, the motorbikes are easier. But I'm pretty good at the driving, and I'm okay.
It's the shooting that really you need to get on there and practice. You do.
The shooting's hard. It's easy when they do the auto aim, but when you're like I had to shoot down helicopters, and I was like trying to do it, and I couldn't keep it in place to shoot it down.
Yeah.
It was going everywhere.
Let me ask you this: what's your favorite mission been so far for all the GTA heads out there?
Oh, I don't know actually.
The jewelry heist.
Oh, actually, yeah, I really like that.
Because then you got a lot of money, so you can
I
pump
got
up
a
the cars.
exactly, and that was kind of easy because I made I went the smart route rather than all all gung ho is the phrase I was looking for. So it was in and out, and then kind of like shooting your way out. Whatever, it was cool.
Nice.
It was good.
All right.
I just did one in a morgue as well.
Oh yeah.
And I had to shoot my way out of that. I like just the shooting ones where it's like, and it does the auto aim. I like those ones.
All right, moving on. Let's get on to wrestling. What is going on in our world? Okay, well, I just got announced after a year-long absence. I think about a year, I would say.
Yeah, it will actually.
For another show with Rompiendo Madres, July, I believe.
12?
No, I don't think so.
No, 20 something.
July 21st.
Oh, it was close.
At Arena Mezquital. It's me and Metalik, as in Grand Metalik from WWE.
WWE Super Estrellas.
That's what they put in the post.
Yeah.
Versus Emperador, Azteca, and Kobare. So, yeah, I'm happy to be back. Always like going to Monterrey. The crowds are awesome there. And to tie it up with Metalik, which I haven't before, will be amazing unless he cancels. So.
I think you're okay, though.
I
think you're okay.
Yeah, so June's
You've got a lot of good shows coming up in June.
Okay, let me go through them. So everybody get out your calendars and mark these down. This weekend I've got WLS at Arena Coliseo Coco. It's me, Iron Boy, Thunderstorm, and Jutsu for the WLS Heavyweight Championship. So, and then moving on from that, the 15th we have Riot Wrestling in Monterrey. I mean, I don't know what the match is just yet, but that will be fire as always. The 16th was that the show that you were supposed to be on?
Yes.
But it's not now. Oh, it's me and it's versus Tahano.
Tahano and Supernova, right?
So, yeah, let's try to remember who I'm teaming with. Hold on.
He's going through it. Didn't you put it on your story yesterday?
Yeah.
You can go into your archive of Instagram.
I don't want to.
You're just making like more.
I got Edgar's thing.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Tejano and Supernova versus me and Cuchillo.
That's it.
And Cuchillo means knife. Remember the last time I wrestled him? He had that gun.
Yeah, and he set it off.
And he set it off. It was the loudest thing I've ever fucking. It was like some firework gun thing. And it was the loudest thing. Genuinely, I nearly shit. I nearly shit in the ring. Yeah, and so what is that? So that's the 16th and the 22nd. I'm with Antonio for Millennials Lucha Libre, and I'm in the main event with Extreme Tiger, more famously known as Extreme Tiger. That's where he's done a lot of good work.
Yeah.
I think he's been Triple A as well. I have to double check that one.
Very good wrestler.
And then 29th, a show with fucking CBW.
Yeah.
And on the 30th, I have a singles match against Micklin at Gilozingo. I can't even pronounce that.
Gilozingo.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm fucking singles match to finish off the month, which is very nice in Mexico. So that's my schedule for this coming month. What's yours, Jess? We'll find out next week.
It's
in July, I think.
Go on. I was going to say, it's an exciting month.
Yeah. July, I go back to Guatemala.
Yes.
Rompiendo.
Exciting.
And there's something else as well, but I can't remember what it is. What is it? There's something else. Tell me.
I can't remember either.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that is just yet. Oh, and then I've got Santa de Oro, formerly Sin Cara of WWE show.
Yes, in Oaxaca.
Okay. So a lot of bookings coming up, finally. Less stress. Beautiful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Amazing, incredible.
Exciting times.
And then hopefully along the way, I might be able to pick up a fucking work visa for the US, and I'll dip my toes back into the US work scene, USA work scene, and then fucking get cancelled, chuck back out, back to Mexico, and we'll see how we go.
Sounds like a plan.
I've got it on my calendar.
On the 14th of August, I'm going to get cancelled again, chucked out. Okay. Do you want to move on to questions?
Should we do some questions?
Let's do some questions.
Here's the theme for the questions. Question time.
Question time.
With Jess and Trav.
Jess and Trav asking your questions, getting the answers that you want.
Yummy. I don't know.
Yummy.
Okay.
Oh, I was so tempted to say arsehole again then.
I was saying yummy because I was drinking my coffee.
I thought that was just the word you wanted to end it with.
Come on. Alright, here we go.
Okay.
Fucking dip into the bag. Let's hit him out. Hit him out the park. Let's go.
Okay, here's number one. Okay. Number one. What do you think of CMLL talent in AEW?
That's fucking great. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Like, no, it's good. Like, it's great. It's great exposure for the guys. Like, HSRO, I've like made no, I haven't hid the fact that I'm a massive fan of his work, his style.
Yeah.
And, the more eyes that get on him, the better, because he's an excellent wrestler and he deserves the success.
What about Stephanie?
Oh yeah, Stephanie too. Like, I mean, her and Mercedes obviously had that crazy match in New Japan Strong, and to run that back, that's been in the back pocket for a while. I actually didn't even think about it until I saw it come out, and then I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
It's one of those things that I've had in my head. She should be there soon.
Yeah.
And then when she came out, we was actually at Kinsella training when it came up on my phone.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
This is what. Like, it feels like it's been coming for a long time. Yeah. Feels like a lot of people have been waiting for it. So it's super exciting that there's that buzz around them as well. And
she looks like a star too. Like I've said this to you a bunch of times, that people that debut on AEW, and that's a whole fucking other story in itself. And maybe I'll fucking vent one day. But like, just people coming out and not looking like stars. Like when Okada debuted, he just ran out in a t-shirt and jeans. And I was like, dude, this guy's the fucking rainmaker. He's a fucking... He makes money rain from the sky. Why didn't they fucking have him built up for ages with like video promos or something, and then he comes out in his full fucking robe, money, or even just a fucking sick suit, money raining from the sky? No, he just ran out in fucking t-shirt and fucking jeans, and I was like, that's not how he should be presented. Yeah. But what to go back to Stephanie, was that what I liked about that was she just came out, all her belts, with her horns on, and I know she was in like normal clothes, wasn't she?
But she was still done.
But she was still done up. She looked quite nice. Like, she moved quite slow, and she just took a moment. And she just stood there, and I was like, "That's how you should present someone."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, and that's something that I really like about Stephanie. Whenever you see her entrance, she always, like you said, when you do your entrance, places like WWE, what you learn is they want you to learn how to take your time doing your entrance. And then whenever I see her walk out, she's so majestic. She walks out. She just lets everybody absorb her, the way she looks, her energy, her demeanor. She just gives it in like a 5-second stand there, and then she's really controlled and composed. And she looks like she takes it seriously. She looks like she's ready to fight.
And the thing is as well, even if you are scared in your mind, if you can portray that aura, like I look at it, maybe she is nervous. Anybody would be, any performer would be going out on like that stage for the first time or whatever. But the fact that she came out there, she looked composed, just made her look more of a big deal, instead of like coming out there like all out of breath or something, like, I don't know. Like, again, what I think it's great for CMLL talent. I think it's great exposure for them. What I'm afraid of is that AEW will just fucking do some fucking weird thing with them. I don't know. Just the way that they present people. Like, people come in, like fucking Paige or like some big deal will come in, and then within a couple of weeks they're like fucking, I don't know, doing nothing, or just doing something
they throw
it away. It's such a weird product at the moment. I'm just not a fan. I mean, If they offered me money, like again, somebody could take this clip and be like, "Fucking, if they offered you money, you'd fucking take it." Of course I would, because I'm
Yeah.
not fucking stupid. But like,
I think all that we can say is the guys like from Consejo that are in AEW at the moment, we're rooting for you guys. That
yeah,
it helps to elevate you, and it's something that's really really cool.
yeah, and also too, I met Hechicero for the first time the other day,
Well, same, yeah.
and he was the fucking nicest person I've
The
ever met.
nicest guy.
It's like I'd known him for years. He was like, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
He's like, Travis, is that you?
What are you doing here? I was just like, I know, I'm not supposed to fucking be here.
Also, the hard thing in Mexico is you'll talk to people, but you'll have only seen them with their mask on. So you see them without their mask, and they're like, "Oh, it's me," and you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh."
I think they know though.
Yeah,
They know.
I think
They go,
so.
"Oh, you wouldn't know me without my mask."
Without,
sort of thing.
yeah.
But I just like sometimes you're like, because I remember faces quite well, but you don't, and you're like, "Have we met that person?" I'm like, "That's Psycho Clown." No, you know, that's the biggest star in this fucking country.
Oh shit! I need to go say hello, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit terrible with faces sometimes.
But yeah, no. So I'm rooting for those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And Magnus has been there as well, and he's Tony Salazar's son, so I'm rooting for that family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're a nice fucking family. They're
Real
really,
nice.
really fucking good to train with as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I love training with them. It's so much fun.
Really positive as well.
Just positive, but it's so good because it's a class that Tony wants you to do everything right. Like the spots might sometimes they're a little more complicated, but for the most part they're quite simple spots. But he wants you to do everything down to the last roll or bump. He wants you to do it all perfectly, and it's so good to have that training because sometimes when you just start moving up to more advanced trainings and you don't really go over things like that, you kind of forget. So it's really I find it really beneficial for me because there are even things like leapfrogging that I just do how I do. Now because I've been to Tony's training and he's trying to get me to jump without putting my hand down and things like that. It's really like perfecting my basics to a level that didn't happen before.
What's important for me as well is like because I've trained in Japan, UK, America, and now in Arena Mexico with like an old legend.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have a well-rounded fucking breadth of knowledge.
To learn traditional lucha.
Yeah. So no, that's all good. Oh, I don't know what the question. Oh yeah, the CMLL.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's whatever. Like just again, the thing that like I kind of wish that Mexico as a whole would like kind of more focus on is like that's great for CMLL, and I'm not dissing that or anything, but like everybody's so wound up in like connecting with America or Triple A's the same. It's like they're so worried about like TNA and like making fucking connections with them.
Yeah.
Like the fucking business is here, man.
The
fans are here. Yeah. They want to be fucking embraced. You know what I mean? Somebody told me the other day that they're like the most significant, like the last significant hair versus mask or whatever match. They call it Puestas matches. Like was in like 2012.
That's
how the
insane.
fuck is that like over 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Like over like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Like how was that? Like the fans are here, the money's here, and like focus on the Mexican public here, and the business could be bigger.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to be so more focused on like making connections with America.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not seeing something, and maybe I'm fucking stupid. I don't know, but like it seems like the potential to be even bigger in Lucha Libre is here, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah, it's hard because Mexico is such a big scene, and the legends on the scene are so well known in Mexico, and they're so well respected, and there'll be murals of them on the wall, and there'll be their masks sold everywhere. So it's so big here, but because there are not international eyes on Mexico, that doesn't translate to an international audience.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that kind of needs to happen. Maybe with these links to AEW, there will be more international eyes on Mexico. But for how popular it is in Mexico, that doesn't translate to the outside world. I don't really know why, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Why do you think it doesn't? Is it because of the style?
Well, no, I just think it's like any international like product. It's like Japan as well. Like they're trying to get into New Japan now. New Japan's trying to get into the States now, but like it's hard with a foreign product that the language isn't accessible.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Japan is unfortunately like a niche, like not a niche language, but like it's just there. Like not like
yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
It has to
Be marketable.
it has to be marketable, and I think it's the same with AAA. It's like as soon as you put that foreign language on it, it's hard. It's a hard sell in like America.
Yeah, that's true.
And but like New Japan, give them all the props at the moment doing it. New Japan's strong and
Yeah.
stuff because they're trying to break that market. So yeah, what's the next
Okay.
question?
Well, the next question is, it's actually good because it's kind of like a follow-on question.
Mhm.
Do you think Mexican wrestlers struggle to work in the US in an American style?
Mm, I think that's wrestler dependent.
Explain.
It's just wrestler dependent.
Yes.
Like it's the person if they want to adapt their style. You know, Penta and Phoenix are great examples of luchadors who were exceptional that came to America
Yeah.
and became even more exceptional.
Yeah.
They learned how to learn to work the more story driven big falsies and stuff. Matches, you know. Some people can't, obviously. They just think that the shows that they do here are going to translate to shows in America.
And I actually think I have a reason for that as well, in a sense. I think because a lot of the time when luchadors go to the US, they work a lot of lucha libre shows.
Yeah.
And they just do the same stuff. So they think that it's going to be, and they work the same people that they work in America, that they work in Mexico. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I think that they believe that it's just going to be the same wherever they go in the US, and then if they go to a more indie promotion or they go to a bigger promotion and have to wrestle actual Americans, that's probably where they get a little bit of a wake up call as to, oh no, I need to work differently.
Yeah, I was just thinking this guy. He's selling fucking wrestling boots. And you know how rare they are here. What do you think of those?
Let me have a look. You carry on talking. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think I, there's how can I explain this? There's the style here is very car crash, no logic, sort of wrestling, which is fine here and it's amazing and spectacular. But when you translate it to an American audience, it's quite hard. They it's I don't know. It's just like it's weird because like you think like kayfabe, like people don't know kayfabe or they don't know behind the scenes in the business, but the audience are smart. You can't treat them like they're stupid. And when things don't kind of make logical sense in America, it just doesn't hit as right. You know, and like I don't know. It just like whatever that match was, that triple threat match on AEW, that one where they did that lucha like training spot, and the crowd were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And everybody put it online and stuff like that. You just can't like it still has to make semblance of sense. Like you can't just like expect like you can't just put something in front of people without people questioning and go, "What the fuck is this?" Like you can't treat fans so stupidly. And like you have to ask yourself why you're doing. But here's the thing: like they don't know. Like a lot of luchadors don't know to do that. Like obviously they've been taught this way in Mexico, which is fine here in Mexico and great and everything else. But when you come to America or whenever whatever scene or that
Yeah.
uses more logic and storytelling and stuff like that, even like rookies are still learning that. You know.
Yeah.
Like even like a lot of wrestlers like 10 years deep are still learning that stuff and trying to make sense of things and put things in the right momentum and switching a falsy on the fans and stuff like that. And there's been times here when my style doesn't exactly hit with fans here.
Yeah.
Like I've tried to do some big falsies for the finish, kickouts and dramatic moments and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
lost on these audiences.
They don't care unless there's a big dive
Yeah.
in it or something.
And sometimes, a lot of the times, finishes just don't even go over
They
here.
don't get a reaction at all.
I mean, I've had some great finishes, I've had some horrible ones, but like they care more about if the face is winning or the heel's winning or whatever. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just I just feel like it's dependent on the person and if you're willing to fucking adapt. That's like anything in wrestling, though. Like, you have to adapt to fucking survive in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, for me coming here, obviously I was really staunch with my style, but I've like, obviously being more relaxed on how a lot of the match like plays out, depending on where it is.
Well, you've learned to integrate your style into a lucha libre match.
Yeah.
Into a 2 out of 3 4 match in the middle of a random town. You can still be you and intense and a strong style wrestler, but in a match that's very
But
Chamba.
here's the thing as well. Like, yeah, watch out, chat. They don't know what I'm
Watch
talking
out.
about. But here's the thing
Like-
but here's the thing. I think about that. You know, like, I'm really like thoughtful in my process of wrestling. Like, what will work in this crowd?
Yeah.
What spots will work here? Should I change something about my character here?
Yeah.
Just so it can maximize the reaction. And I don't think everybody, and I'm not saying nobody does that, but I'm just saying I don't think a lot of wrestlers in general probably do that, coming to Mexico or going from Mexico.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
I think the biggest learning curve for me in Mexico was realizing that, just because I'm doing a Mexican style match doesn't mean that I can't be the wrestler that I am. I thought working a lucha libre match meant that I had to be a full blown
but
luchador.
fucking hell, the amount of guys that come here and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna put a mask on,"
Yeah,
or "I'm gonna do more lucha libre."
Yeah.
Like, if they're from another country, sorry,
Yeah.
like UK or
Yeah.
Japan. It's like, why?
yeah,
It's
You
like
don't need
there's
to.
1,000 masked luchadors.
yeah,
Why would you want to make yourself the same as everybody
Yeah.
else?
be you. Be
Like, learn the
different.
style and learn
Yeah.
how to be dynamic and learn their spots and stuff like that, and how to take all their stuff and base and stuff.
Yeah,
But then just still be you and do your moves.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what's going to get you over here more than anything. I remember I heard Steve Carino say it one time in a shoot interview. He talked about his time in Mexico, and they said, what's some good advice for like any
Yeah.
wrestler going to Mexico? And they said, just apply logic to every match.
Yeah.
Or like try your best. Like, he was like, try your best to apply logic to every match.
Yeah.
And you'll get over.
Even if it's in your spots.
In my spot, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
well, that's the
that's
thing.
it.
I can't
Yeah.
control a 6-man tag, like
Yeah.
all of it.
Especially when they're calling it so fast.
And I don't speak the
and
language.
we don't speak the language. That's really difficult. But what we can try and do is just, when we're planning our spots, you think, okay, how can I make this spot make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's plan it this way. Because then at least you know your stuff.
Yeah.
You're working on your stuff making sense and trying to get a particular reaction from the audience or something, Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Who would you work with again in England?
In England,
In England.
who or would I work? Oh,
I don't know. What the question was on your phone?
it was, would I work in England again?
Oh, I thought it said who would you
No,
work?
no, no.
Ah, okay. See, you know the questions better than I do. So would you work again in England?
I don't know, man. Like, there's so much bad feelings about England for me now.
Yeah.
Like, it made my career, but it also fucking took a lot away from me. You know what I mean? And just that bad feeling in the pit of my stomach is always there. Again, also, I'm saying this knowing full well that probably not many people would have me there. You know, I'm sure I could if I actually went back and like explored the options. But to a high standard in the big companies, I don't think so. If I would want to, I don't know. I guess the thing I always say is money talks. You know, if they offer me some good money,
I always just think of this. Why would you go back to the place that God delivered you from? For me.
Yeah.
You're not there now for a reason. You're on a different path. You don't need to go chasing your past.
Yeah.
You've got to focus on moving forward. So I guess if things come round again, sure, but I think it's exactly what I said. God took us away from that scene for a reason. So for me, we have to follow his path and what he wants for us.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I felt that very same way about New Zealand when I left.
Yeah.
Like, like wherever I went, it was like, okay, I've done that now. Like, let's move on to somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I remember when Speaking Out and stuff first happened, we were discussing where we wanted to go, and we were like thinking about going back to New Zealand. And I just said that it can't be this, it can't be that.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a step back.
Yeah.
And I can't physically do it. Like, I like, oh, physically, mentally, I can't do that. Because even though things were horrible, I still didn't want to feel like I was taking a step back in my career. I needed a new challenge, new exploration, new scene, new wrestlers to wrestle, a new style to learn, a new language to learn. And I know it's cliche to say, but it just feels like it was part of growing as a person. You know, I want to be a more complete wrestler. I don't want to go back to the same things. But like, if I would dip in and out, if the money was there, maybe I'd have to discuss it. I have to think about it as well.
I think it's this thing, isn't it, that if circumstances are right, sure, but there's no interest there from you. There's no desire or will. Okay.
Keep up because I think
what time are we on? What time are we on?
it was like I didn't start until like 10 minutes.
So. Okay. So we've got two more, and then we can wrap it up. I think we've already answered this one anyway. When will you be returning to Monterrey?
Fucking. What did I say?
2 weeks.
2
1 week.
weeks.
Week and a half.
15.
Yeah, week and a half.
Yeah, week and a half.
Okay, awesome. And then, okay, right. Advice on taking online criticism.
Oh, fuck. I mean, alright, okay. I'll tell you this from the fucking bottom of my heart that online criticism was the absolute fucking joy killer of my career. I was doing fucking super cool things with wrestling.
Yeah.
I was everywhere in the UK. 2017, Progress Champion. No, 2018 was fucking great as well, having fucking awesome matches everywhere. And instead of just enjoying the moment, the crowds and the people, and all the merch being sold, and all the fucking fanfare, and everybody saying nice things, I would actively seek out looking at online criticism to see. I don't know why. I guess it's some self-serving narcissistic ego thing that I want people online to be talking about me as well, instead of what happened in that room that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so many shows that I think back to now in hindsight of like I'll give you an example, right? And this is fucking embarrassing and shit. One of my best matches of all time was me versus Osprey from Progress Unboxing 2017. It's a surprise show, nobody's announced, people just turn up. I was Progress champion. We were the semi-main event and I came out champion. Osprey's music hit. Crowd went wild. The fucking place blew the fucking roof off. It was fucking incredible, right? The most fucking amazing match one of the most amazing matches that I've ever had. The main event was Pete versus Jack Gallagher, who'd come back from WWE for that show. And they had a different type of match, technically based. But for whatever reason, I fucking went online after my match with Osprey. And I could not get the comparison out of my head. People like that match, like Pete's match,
yeah,
and they like my match. But I was looking for people to like my match more.
Yeah.
Now, instead of just fucking enjoying the match for what it was, I was fucking competing in my own head.
And
wrecking it. And I fucking just ruined it for myself. And I remember just constantly being in a state of an anxiety and being like, fuck, I just want to fucking be a good wrestler. Like, you know what I mean? I just want people to talk about me being a good wrestler. People are, and the fucking room knew I was. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there were so many times I've done that. Remember that time we did that Riptide show? I'm sure we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And I had two awesome matches that day. One with Neon Cassius during the day, and the second one with Chuck Wambo at night. And it was like the last match before fucking lockdown, pandemic. Not that we knew that at the time. And I was feeling low from WWE. I felt like I was losing how to wrestle.
Yeah.
Didn't think I had it in me anymore. And then I went to that show and had fucking 2 killer matches. The crowd was going ballistic.
Great. You as a surprise.
And I was a surprise as well.
Yeah.
And then I fucking just went on Twitter and there was one guy that said, Travis Banks, all he does is kick. That's all he said. And I fucking replied to him. And it ruined my night. It ruined my whole night.
We had a 4-hour drive home and you could not get that out of your head.
Yeah.
You couldn't. Like, the whole experience, you were buzzing after your matches. You did incredible. Everyone was going crazy. You felt so high. We got in the car. You looked at your phone. You saw that, and immediately, like, something changed.
And that's the thing. So, like, in terms of advice for, like, Chris, just don't look for it. Your job as a professional wrestler is to fucking entertain that room. If they're reacting and going crazy, that's all that matters. Like those moments, like think about this as well. Like this is how I always try to think about it now. I was like, that moment in your life is like unique. That's the most unique fucking like thing you could ever imagine. In that room against that opponent at that time, people going crazy. You can't fucking rewrite that anywhere. You can't take that like you can't take that away from yourself.
Yeah.
So if like another match comes after me and it's better, then fucking so be it. But that moment is still fucking mine and it's still unique and it's still special. So just stop like just don't look for that criticism. And this is why I fucking get so annoyed at like Dave Meltzer and various other like I'm not trying to fucking say anybody in particular. It's just part of this conversation. That's why I do get so upset with those types of reviewers.
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen young wrestlers like really fucking care about what they say. I've seen young wrestlers like beat themselves up because also I was one of them too, and I feel that fucking pain, that pain of comparison, and that pain of like not being good enough, and like feeling like you're not doing enough. When and then like young wrestlers, they feel like they have to do more, and that's why they get injured, and all these fucking spot fests start happening, and blah blah blah. Stuff doesn't make sense, but that's another story for another time. But I've seen wrestlers like have a match and then go and check their fucking phone for Twitter for feedback. And it's like, dude, listen to the crowd. The crowd will fucking fantastic for you.
Do you think it's this toxic cycle of obviously people go online to look for validation? They go to look for validation on what they've done and did people like their match. Then say they had a great match and they get validation. That makes them feel amazing. And so every time that they have a match, they go back online because they want that buzz, that adrenaline boost, this confident boost of the validation. But then they start to see criticism.
Yeah.
And then when you're seeing criticism, you're then searching for more validation, trying to get online to see
Like
something
to get it
positive,
back, almost to get back the positive back.
And
because here's the thing too: when you start out as a wrestler and you start getting hot, people until you like when you're like that indie kind of darling and you're going up the ranks, so to speak, people don't see the bad stuff. They only want to be on board with you because everybody's like starting to get on board and like see what's hot and stuff like that. And then when you actually do break fucking like winning a Progress Championship or WWE, then one, you're open to way more fans, which in turn will of course tip the scale. Because if you have gone from like indie halls and everybody's like singing your praises to fucking WWE and you're in front of like 2 million viewers on screen every week, like on watching Raw or SmackDown every week, there's so much more fucking people with differing opinions. Of course, there's gonna be like pushback and kickback and stuff like that. But then on the other side is like people just like when people get too popular, there's always kickback. There's always pushback. Every single fucking wrestler has pushback if they're in like a prominent position.
Yeah.
Everyone. There's no one universally loved wrestler.
No.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just, but then it's just about like you have to carry on. You have to just make peace with that. You have to realize that the criticism is gonna come anyway, and you just have to carry on and like trying to like put it like just let it wash over you. And speaking from experience, it's the fucking hardest thing in the world.
I think it's really good advice in a sense of don't go looking to the validation and you won't see the criticism. Be confident in, like you said, what you've done, how you've entertained that room, and just take that as your I've done a good job. You don't need to go searching for the validation online.
I've done a good job. This is a special moment in my life.
Yeah.
Like I know we wrestle all the time, like hundreds of matches a year. But that one show people have bought tickets to have a special night, and for whatever reason, if you have a sick match and you and your opponent click and the crowd go crazy, that's a special moment that nobody can take away from you.
Yeah.
So don't go and watch it 1,000 times to pick up your shit like you do.
That was very aimed at me.
Yeah, that was very aimed at you.
I know.
Or don't also like seek other people's validation when you felt great about it.
Yeah, to be honest, this is really good advice for me and a good reminder because I do that. And if something doesn't feel right in the match, I'll go online to look for validation that, oh, was it okay? Or see a video of it. And sometimes I'll get it. And sometimes I definitely won't.
Yeah.
And then that makes me feel worse. And I spend more time online, more time being anxious, more time feeling bad than had I have just not looked at all and just dealt with it in my head.
Again, this is aimed, like, talking about online critics. This, I fucking swear to you, this is not aimed at anybody in particular. I'm just talking, like, I get frustrated with people like Dave Meltzer because I've seen the consequences of, like, of young wrestlers and how it can ruin their minds, how it can ruin, like, just the joy that wrestling can bring. Like, this is a fucking cool job, and I want everybody to have a cool journey and a really fun time while they're in it, because it is fun and we do a lot of fucking great things. But then I see guys so fucking stressed, like, because they saw a few bad tweets about themselves. It's like, guys, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, even if you did have a bad match, the next one's coming.
Yeah.
We just carry on. We get better. We learn. We grow. We go to training. You know, and we keep doing it and we keep having fun.
I mean, for me, I always come back to the man in the arena. You're the one there doing it. What all of these critics are coming at you for, they couldn't do what you do. They couldn't stand in a ring on TV or on a big show and do what you do. So it's easy for them to criticize you, sure, but you're the one doing it. Yeah. You're the one living the dream life. You're the one chasing the life that you want for yourself.
And the thing is, as well, like, I know we don't feel like that sometimes because wrestling can make us feel just like the worst.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're doing like fucking a 12-hour bus ride. You're like, oh, I don't feel like a superstar. Yeah. But, like, you know, this is just again, this isn't aimed at anybody. It's just like, I just want people to have fun with their careers and, like, enjoy it, because otherwise, because you do it a lot as well. You just stress about everything. Like, does McGee, like, you know, like, whatever,
everything,
like, every little thing, because you don't want to look like a fool out there, which is everybody's, like, we all aim to not look like an idiot. That's why we train. That's why we go and get better and stuff like that. But just, like, I also want people to remember to enjoy this journey, because you never know when fucking things can get taken away.
That's very true.
You know?
It's very true.
And then you can look back and go, well, I actually enjoyed my career.
Yeah.
Which is something that I always have to give advice to myself. So.
Yeah. It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder for us both.
Okay, should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up then. I feel like we always get more serious as the podcast goes along.
Well, I think it's when we start to get a little silly, and then we just kind of, like, get into the groove.
We get into the groove. We come in with the gut punch.
Yeah. With a heavy question. All right. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share this podcast, 5-star rating on the fucking Spotify, and leave a comment as well, because it all helps the algorithm. My Instagram is Travis_Banks13. If somebody could tell me why my fucking engagement is so low, please drop a comment, because I am sick of trying to figure out what's going on with it.
We're really struggling.
And you are Jessica Jackson Pro.
Jessie Jackson Pro.
Jessie Jackson
you
Pro.
You always Jessica me.
Whatever, dude.
You always
Facebook
Jessica me.
is Travis Banks and Jessica Jackson. And I said I did it again.
So you did it again.
Jessie Jackson. And that's all. No Twitters for anybody. You can find us on TikTok as well. You're not on TikTok, are you?
Yes. I send you 70 TikToks a day.
Oh, no, but you don't, like, post on TikTok.
Sometimes. Ever since.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I post clips. So it doesn't matter. I just do that for fun anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fun platform.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.